Good afternoon, welcome back to the shop. I'm Jim. I got a couple little tips and I'm going to show you the progress. I've been working on the baggage area, putting in a lot of nut plates and stuff, so that's kind of what the tip is here. A lot of times on the quick build stuff, they've already got some of the holes drilled, so I don't even have to do this step. But these holes are drilled by me, and so I have to actually use a nut plate to drill or match drill the number 40 holes that rivet the nut plate to whatever structure it's going to. So to do that, I like to use, in this case there are thousands, that means they're the flat for a screw like you see here. But sometimes I like to use this countersunk screw head, which is a 509 instead of the 5. I'm looking for the number here. The 515. The 515 is the standard head and the 509 is the countersunk head. Anyway, I like to use the countersunk head because that will center itself in the hole pretty good if the hole happens to be a little bit oversized, which a lot of times they are. So that centers up in the hole nice. And the other part of this tip is I'm going to use this nut plate to locate all of those holes. And what I've done is run the tap through that nut plate so there is no resistance like there should be. So I won't use this nut plate in the airframe. I'll just use it for marking and drilling, match drilling those holes. To do some of these screws, here's a little tip I learned from a guy, Tom Lipton. He's got a YouTube channel. He does a lot of machining stuff. So if you're into that kind of stuff, look him up. But this tip I got from him. This is a little doodad that you can use to grind down a screw. These of course are supposed to be longer than that, but I grind them down so that when I don't have this tapped, it's really hard to put a full length screw in there, so there's no sense in doing that if you're taking it in and out a lot. So this little device here, this just happens to be a piece of round pipe. Square pipe works good too. It kind of depends on the size of the screws that you're working with. So you take the pipe, and I hope you can see this okay, but first you drill a recess or a clearance hole on this side. On this side, I would have drilled that straight through the first time with whatever size drill bit, and then tapped the hole for number 8. That's what this is in this case. So that's a tapped hole there for number 8. Then you cross drill another hole with a bigger screw in it. Doesn't really matter what this is, just the clamping screw basically. And then when you're all done doing that, you slit it. And that way when you clamp down on it with that clamping screw, it tightens up on that screw. So you can run the screw in through that side. The excess sticks out this side. And then you clamp it down, and then you put it up on the grinder and grind it down to whatever size you want. So that's how I do those. I used to just hold them with the pliers and put them up on the grinder. That works, but a lot of times they go flying out of the pliers across the shop and you'll never find them again. So I saw that tip and I had to make one of those. Works really good. So then I'll take this modified nut plate over here, and now you'll get to see the progress that I've been making. Got this cover panel here. I think this is just to keep baggage from coming clear over here and banging into that skin. This would be the outside skin over here, and then this is kind of a secondary or false wall here. Got all of the seat pans of the rear seats and the baggage floors all riveted down. Got some of the parts over there on the baggage closeout is what they call that. I've got the nut plates installed on this piece. What I'm getting ready to do is put all the nut plates on here. So you see I'll mount this. I hope you can see this. The light's not very good here. I'll mount this nut plate on this side because that's the easy side for me to get to with the drill. I'll run the screw through the back, through that hole from the back. It will tighten up on this. I'll align this so that it's nice and vertical. Tighten the screw down. Then I'll drill the 2 holes. And then I'll take it all apart and I'll move and do the next one. Then once I get all that done, I'll dimple those holes. Then I'll put the nut plates in, actually deburr them and then dimple them. But that's it for today. See you next time.